Hello and
Jen,
welcome. Yes, no infinite regressions, I know, but what if was infinite
take
regressions?
away my
Welcome
fun things.
to Dungeons and Dragons night weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, you know what I mean. Wow, this is
Some numbers.
almost unprecedented.
Fucking
Unfortunately,
cool.
Unfortunately, our fourth Jen is feeling out of sorts again, so she will be away. We will have a very plausible reason for Jen to not be here. If you're here in chat, please do say hello, although I'm pretty sure so far only my lovely players are in chat. Speaking of my lovely players, let's go ahead and say hello to them, starting with M. Who are you? Who are you playing?
Who am I? Who am I?
Who are any of us, really?
I am. Give me a second.
You got it.
I'm one silver key on all the things. I am playing Vic.
M has had a
I have
lot of
memory
Dungeons and
issues
Dragons
today,
on
it's
the brain
fine.
today because they are also planning multiple of their own campaigns. So I'm sure a
I got
lot of
3
information
that I'm working on right now.
coming in
It's
and
just-
going out. Vic, our
I made
artificer.
6 characters today. Okay, I don't know which one I'm playing right now.
Vic, our artificer, and Lou, her doggo.
Da doggo. Excellent. Okay, good.
Gail, who are you? Who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Gail or Olivia, and I'm being indecisive, but I am playing Echo, the monk cleric goblin.
/ potentially T-Rex at the beginning of this game.
No, he is. That's a fact. He is a T-Rex at the start of game.
And finally, Jeff coming to us once again without the ability to have a camera. No worries there. Who are you? Who are you playing?
Yes, hello, I'm Jeff Holland. I play Calder Creed, resident sorcerer, who also is casting his existence into this game from an endless void.
Both true. With that, we're going to go ahead and do a quick recap of the last session. Thankfully for me, the last session was mostly just lots of really crunchy combat, which makes for a quick recap. You started with a fairly intense battle against Nightscale the Black Dragon. You took some licks, but you did manage to beat him up, and if I recall, Vic ended up basically causing him to either capitulate or go berserk by the sheer act of shoveling all of his treasure into a magical bag.
That's like a solid fourth of it, but yes. That was the goal.
Once you defeated Nightscale, you had a bit of a conversation with him where the Kobold Traxxas offered the services of some of the kobolds of the Sunless Citadel to establish essentially a new kobold settlement down here at the bottom of the Stone Tooth to the benefit of all involved. After that happened, you left them to their negotiations and went to explore the cavern a little bit more. You found a lot of broken bodies at the bottom of the waterfall that you descended in order to get down to Nightscale's lair in the first place. The chain ladder that you used to get down is nowhere to be found, but of course, you all had magic brooms, so that wasn't an issue. You made your way back into the Forge of Fury proper. You noted all of the blood on the ground as well as the lack of bodies. Those went over the edge. And as you were exploring, a very active, by the way, and clearly working Forge of Fury, a pair of iron golems that were defending it activated and attempted to deal with the new intruders. Battle commenced, and by the end, it was Kreetha who was able to, although you were kicking the crap out of one of those golems, it did take some significant damage, but it was Kreetha who realized through Durgadin that she could essentially give up her link with Durgadin as a weapon to do something that hasn't been made entirely clear yet, but the last thing we saw was the weapon melting within the Forge of Fury and the forge coming into greater incandescence as Durgadin himself commanded the iron golems to cease their attack, and they did. Now, with that in mind, I always miss things when I do these very quick recaps, so let's go ahead and go around in reverse order from what I did last time. I would love to know one thing that I missed about my recap from each of you. Let's start with Jeff.
Well, there was browbeating Night Scale into submission with charisma checks. That was nice.
There is one thing very specific that I missed as Echo was about to be pulled away in the current of the rapids.
Yes, and in the subsequent battle with the Iron Golem, Calder valiantly dove to Echo's defense by way of course, transforming Echo into a T-Rex. What else would I do?
Polymorph is so good. There it is. There's the T-Rex. I mean, it's a classic use of polymorph once you hit level 8, right? Like it's the classic choice. And we have established that Calder is well familiar with Chult and dinosaurs.
Yes.
Gail, what is something else that I missed in my description? I can think of a couple of things that are Echo specific that you might want to bring up.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, we still have our bard friend, Thomas Merriweather, with us. He seemed to know a bit about the iron constructs, but wasn't very effective versus them. And, oh yeah, Echo got his shit rocked again.
It's your own fault for failing your saves, even though he gave you advantage.
Well, and in addition, Echo did he did an attack from stealth with advantage and rolled 2 natural ones, which kicked off the great Echo getting his shit kicked by the iron golems thing. So yeah, he's a T-Rex right now, so he's not super worried about it immediately, but Echo is looking pretty rough.
There are very few things that tell you that the dice are against you more than rolling a natural 1 when you have advantage. That's just another level of unlucky. What's a thing? What's a thing that I missed?
It didn't, I didn't state it during the time, but we did find an artifact that reminds Vic of home.
Yes, indeed.
Is it the immovable rod?
No.
It is not the immovable rod.
There was a spell shard that Calder examined, found out what it was, but it wasn't interesting to him. It is interesting to Vic, and we'll definitely talk about that, I think, when we get started. Speaking of which, I think it's about time to get started.
Yeah.